I tell you a story about me and you, out on the water, surrounded by the blue. They scream that only I'll be saved. They toss off the line, but I just let it float away. Yeah, I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. Float away, float away. Yeah, I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away.
When we began this journey, we had lots of people telling us that it wouldn't be good for our kids, and how could we take our kids away from their lives to sail around the world? But, despite having tons of fun times, they have learned so much more than we could ever have imagined, from orphanages to museums to new cultures, new people, new friends, new foods. They've already gotten an immeasurable education.
I'm from Belgium. I don't really like sailing because the waves are big.
I'm Mighty. I'm also from Belgium. I'm his sister. I don't like sailing, but I like traveling.
I'm from Australia. I love catamarans, but I don't like monohulls because when they lean.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you there.
I am from America, Montana, and I am on the boat Whiz, and I really like sailing because you don't stay in one place all day.
My name is Odin. I live in Tasmania, and I love sailing.
My name is Isabel. I'm from New Zealand, and I love sailing because when we heel over, we go on the harness.
Yeah?
And we have the harness and we clip onto the halyards and we'll swing off the side.
Oh, that sounds like fun. X squared y minus 4x squared y plus bx squared y equals 0.
Well, why am I even doing
X
this?
squared y is not equal to 0. But it just said it was equal to 0. Ah!
What is it?
Help me! Good morning. We're doing long multiplication. It's so much fun. Finn really likes it a lot. We decided long ago that home learning was the only option for us. I started reading to Anna when she was about 3, and we just never stopped learning together. What are you doing?
Looking at the answers.
Why?
I'm not really. I'm just checking it.
Even though homeschooling has its own set of challenges, like differences in personalities and learning styles, we like the results we're getting, and we feel our kids are growing into intelligent, capable little adults.
7 equals 3, x equals 3.
That's a much harder way of doing it.
How did you do it?
Yeah, I got that too. I just want to see if she had it.
Yeah.
That
was my second answer.
Sometimes I forget how to do certain things, especially the high school subjects. So we call on our sailing community to come in and help us out.
7x equals 21.
7x is 3.
If you've never homeschooled before and are planning on setting off on a sailing adventure with your kids, my advice to you would be to not even worry about school for the first 3 months or 6 months or maybe even the first year of sailing. There will be so much for all of you to learn already, especially if you've never sailed much before. Spend a season getting to know your boat, getting to know the sailing community, the world around you, the new cultures, new places, and then slowly start the academics back up. The key to homeschooling that we've learned, at least for us, is that I just need to be a day ahead of my kids. So, for instance, I just need to know Algebra 1 and know what they're going to learn tomorrow so that I can teach it to them. And so I don't need to learn trigonometry or calculus or fret over the things that we haven't even covered yet. I just need to know what they're going to learn tomorrow so that I can teach it to them tomorrow. Just one day ahead. Just be one day ahead of your kids.
2 times.
And you're on action. For us, homeschooling wasn't a big change since we'd already homeschooled before we came onto the boat. The biggest struggles for us is transitioning to a smaller workspace and also to make sure we have our schoolwork done before we go play. Obviously, when we pull into a new port or somewhere new where there's things to do and places to see, we have a hard time getting our schoolwork done before we go play. The first thing I would suggest is to find out what your state requires as far as testing and reporting. We are residents of the state of Texas, so there's not a lot of reporting requirements for us and no testing, but I still have to keep track of our schedules and I still record everything we do in case anyone ever asks. And remember, internet is very hard to come by in a lot of places, so keep that in mind when you're talking to your local school district about obtaining textbooks and submitting testing. I bought packaged curriculum when I started teaching, and then I realized we only used a portion of what I had just paid hundreds of dollars for. So as the years have gone by, I've kind of developed what's kind of hybrid homeschooling. I just pick what we like and what we're interested in. I always start with an age-appropriate math book so that everybody's learning math, and then we just kind of branch out from there. You can find math books all over the internet, including Amazon.com and homeschoolingbooks.com. Even eBay has some really good deals on secondhand books that are gently used. We use a DVD curriculum right now so that if we don't understand the lessons, we can pop in the DVD and learn from an actual teacher that explains the lesson to us. When we first came onto the boat, we studied zoology, which was so much fun, and we could apply it in our everyday life here on the boat and in the water. We were able to see exactly what we were learning, and it was really cool. It was so much fun. Obviously, once we got into the high school years, I have to make sure that my kids learn everything they need to learn to pass the SAT and to get into college. Now, we don't require our kids to go to college, but if that's the route they want to go, if that's what they're passionate about, and it requires a degree, then that's what we're going to focus on. But not all of my kids are interested in going to college. We just try to figure out what it is they're passionate about and kind of go in that direction. I also want my kids to learn how to learn, to figure out how to teach themselves and to learn from each other. So at this point, with me and Jack and Anna, especially with math, algebra, which is getting really tricky, we all kind of teach each other. If somebody understands part of the problem, she can help him and he can help me and vice versa. So my kids have actually learned how to learn. So that's basically our goal when it comes to homeschooling. Storage is somewhat of an issue on a boat. I love books, so we have lots of books. We probably have more books than we need. But I knew coming into this that it would be pretty difficult to find books that are in English. So I stocked up with actually a couple of years of curriculum for all my kids, just to make sure we had plenty of schoolwork to do while we're out and about on the water. And obviously our life is geography. We're learning about the world and cultures and social studies. And so I write that down on my schedules because it's part of our education, is traveling the world and looking at the map and figuring out where we've gone and where we're going. And so that's also a part of their education. A lot of people worry about the social aspect of homeschooling in general, and obviously homeschooling on a boat. We have met so many people on this journey. My kids have interacted with adults, with other kids, with kids from different cultures that speak different languages. And so I really feel that this way of education is better than what we had before. We've gone on so many field trips and all kinds of different places and seen so many things that they would never get in the States or in their hometown just going to school every day. Feel free to email me with any of your questions. I can't think of anything else that, I could talk about homeschooling for hours and hours, but I just wanted this to be a little intro to kind of what it takes to get started in teaching your kids on a boat. It's a lot of fun. It takes a little bit of work, but then again, everything takes a little bit of work. So the rewards greatly outweigh the challenges that you'll come across. So email me with any questions you may have at Renee@sailingzatara.com, and good luck to you. Nope. Be quiet, please.
Trying to record.
That doesn't even, it's not even what I want to say.
Stay in.
Okay.